Okay, in this video we'll be taking a look at how we update tasks from importing a spreadsheet. So here I have a project that's got a series of tasks. We can see there's some durations, and in this particular case I want to change some of these durations. So of course I can edit it directly in here, but another option is that I can export this out as a spreadsheet, make the changes in Google Sheets or Excel, and then re-import those changes back. So what I'll do is I'll click the export button, and that will basically give me a file on my drive. But what I'm going to do in this case, just so you can actually see it, is I'm going to upload that to Google Sheets, and then we'll edit it there. So let me just grab that file and upload it. And then we can see that particular file in Google Sheets. Now this actually answers a second question that was on the list, and that was importing from a URL, which is we've got a website address rather than a file. And one of the limitations of importing files from a URL is you need to have permissions to be able to view that file. So what I'm going to have to do for this particular file is I'm going to say share, and I'm going to say that anyone with the link will be able to edit it, because we need to be able to view the file and pull the data in. So once I've got that, I can copy the link, and that's what I'll use in Projectal, which I'll do now. So I'll just copy that link. So now what we need to do is, of course, change some of these numbers. So let's just increase these quite dramatically so we can see the change. If I go back to Projectal, I can see the total estimated duration is 95 days. Let's go in and make this one 40 days, for example, and we might make this one 60 days. So we'll really change these numbers here, and so on. So I keep making the changes that I want. And then when I go back into Projectal, what we need to do is say import. So this time we're going to be importing a document. And so I'll say let's bring in tasks, because we want to update these tasks that are here. And instead of choosing file, which is where I'd choose a file off the drive, I'm going to paste in that URL. And so then Projector will be able to read that. And as you can see, it's now found the file, and it's showing me everything that it's looking with those new numbers, 40, 60, and so on. So when I say preview, this next step is the important part. I click preview, and then what I need to do is ask it to actually look at all the data and see what items can be changed. And this is this button here that says identify existing data for import. And so if I do that, what the system will do is put this little icon down the side to say all of these items I want to review for changes. And so it's going to look through all of these and find the changes. So let's click import. And so now going from 95 days was the old estimated duration. The system is pulling that from Google Drive, importing those changes, and now we can see the changes updated to the 185 days. So I hope that helps. That's how you can bring in changes from a spreadsheet after you've done the export. So of course you export the file out, make the changes externally, and then you can bring those back in. Hope that helps.